what's going on, man? It's your boy DJ Swagg, aka you know who I am, man. Welcome back to another episode of Jus Swagg TV DaBLOCK.
You know this is easier than 1, 2, 3. You are now tuned in to Jus Swagg TV. Jus Swagg TV.
What's your name?
XenosWrld.
Alright, that sounds a little better. Where you from?
I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta?
Yes, sir.
Born and raised?
Yes, sir.
What part of Georgia?
I was born in Atlanta, and then when I was about 3, we moved up to the suburbs, like, you know where Roswell, Georgia is? Like right above Atlanta. It's up 400 a bit. But yeah, I grew up there most of my life. So.
What was it like growing up in North Georgia?
It was cool. It was peaceful. It was, you know, normal little kid life. You know, shit gets hard, but that's for everybody. You know, that's just how it is. But I've had a pretty good life.
Were you the only kid?
Yeah, I'm my only child.
What was that like?
Honestly, I prefer being an only child because I get all the presents, you know what I'm saying? But and I get all the attention, so I like being an only child.
Did you grow up with your mom and dad?
Just my mom.
Why not your dad? What happened?
My dad left my mom before I was born, so you know, it's whatever though. I don't think I needed him because if he was here, I wouldn't be right here right now. And shit, I've gotten this far without him. I think I can do a lot more without him. So ain't even it doesn't really affect me like that.
Do you have any kids?
No, too young for that.
What was high school like?
High school complicated, you know, because I feel like the public school system in general is just a whole lot of mess. You know what I'm saying? I don't really like the environment of most public high schools. You know, it's too crowded. Kids don't get the attention they deserve. There's a lot of problems with kids that go to high school. You know, it's just I don't feel like every kid is treated fairly. So I don't like anything about high school. I think the whole system of education needs to be reformed. All that kind of stuff. So.
You feel like you learned anything in high school?
Yeah, and the funny thing is I feel like the only classes that I learn stuff from is like electives, like the core classes. If you're not going into like a specific major for that topic, you're not going to use it, in my opinion. Like electives, like if I take health, I learn a lot more from health than I learn about writing an essay. Like I think the only purpose that it serves is it develops critical thinking. But even at that, a lot of kids aren't interested. They don't go to school, so it's not even. I feel like the only things I learned were from classes I chose myself.
What do you think will help kids stay in school?
I think they need more motivation. Like, I feel like it shouldn't be pushed on every kid that college is the only option, or if you don't do this, you're gonna fail. I think it should be what makes you happier. Like, what do you think you would enjoy doing, and then they could form classes around your interests. So then, like, you know how in college you have the first 2 years you do basic classes, last 2 years you do major. I feel like it should be like that for high school. Like first 2 years you do core classes, and then the second 2 you do core classes, but it's formed around what you like to do. So I feel like kids would enjoy it a lot more, and they would benefit from it a lot more because a lot of kids they don't either don't got the money, they don't got the time to go to college, and I think vocational schools should be pushed a lot more. So yeah.
What What was some of the things you did when a substitute teacher came in?
Sub come in, the whole class turned to hell. So I just took a nap, but everybody else go wild.
Was it a normal thing?
What sub? Yeah, sub come in. I seen subs cry.
Really?
That should be sad.
What happened?
You know, like the sub will just get bullied. Like the sub will come in try to talk. Kids just won't even let him or her do what they need to do. They'll just it's a problem.
You ever been bullied?
I'm bullied to an extent because I don't let myself get bullied. Like if somebody start making fun of me or start getting on my ass, I'm gonna either hit you back with something or I'm gonna just make fun of myself. Because like if someone, I used to get bullied for my height because I used to be real short. Like I used to be like 4'11" all through middle school, and people, you know, put the damn arm on my head or call me short, I'd be like, I'd just get on their ass because shit, you ugly as hell. I'm gonna get you now, boy. But yeah, I never really had a problem with bullying, but I've seen I seen like that like this kind of shit happen to kids that like don't know how to defend themselves, or they don't deserve it type of thing. So
You ever stood up for someone who got bullied?
yeah, yeah. There was this one kid. Um, I'm kind of like a closet nerd. Like I like video games, Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, all that kind of like that kind of stuff. Because who doesn't like that kind of stuff? If you say you don't, you're just lying to yourself. But I know a kid. I used to talk to him about like Pokemon and video games, and then somebody was trying to like make fun of him. Trying to embarrass him, stuff like that. And I came over there, and I was just like, I just started talking to him about whatever the hell. And in middle school, I was like, I wasn't no lame, so people like they knew I wasn't gonna take that kind of shit. And then the second I came over there and started talking to him like my friend, they left him alone. So I just feel like it's a bullying starts with parents. So I feel like if they didn't have the problems at home, if they didn't have the influence of their friends and shit, it wouldn't be a problem. But
Do you feel like some of the issues that we have out here now are because of parents?
yeah, I feel like any major conflict, like a big example is racism, right? Because I don't think any child is born with any type of prejudice, right? Because like if you look at two kids, right, you go to a playground, this white kid is gonna play with this black kid regardless. They're just kids. They want to have fun, right? But then if that kid's mom is like, don't play with him. Like you see his dad over there, then that kid's gonna think in his mind, oh, he's a bad person, and they're gonna grow up thinking black people are bad people, Mexicans are bad people. But really, it was never like that. It's just past prejudices that have been passed down generation by generation by the same story every time, and it always starts with the parents. So
Has racism affected your growth at all? Have you had any issues with racism?
I don't think white people can deal with racism, right? Because we'll never understand what it's really like to experience like being oppressed or put down, right? And growing up with like all black friends, like I seen that shit happen, and I was the one who always got left out of the trouble, right? Like I'll be the one talking in class, I'll be the one making all the noise, and my friend would just be like sitting there listening to me, and the teacher would call him out. I'm just like, the fuck did he do? You know what I'm saying? So seeing that kind of stuff, put it into perspective, it just showed me like at a young age how messed up the world was. So I've never been directly affected. I definitely. The thing is it goes both ways sometimes, because um, when a lot of white people are judging black people when they don't know them, black people get the idea in their head that all white people gonna be like that. So obviously, when a white kid comes into a rap game trying to do this and that, they're gonna think, oh, I'm biting off culture, I'm doing this and that. But really, I'm just trying to have fun, make music.
When did you start rapping?
Um, I started rapping when I was like 10. Like it's just a hobby, freestyle. You put a beat on YouTube, blah blah blah. But I started seriously taking like rapping uh, like 2 years ago. Is when I started like dedicating myself to just being an artist because I used to just produce. But yeah, 2 years ago.
So what happened between the transition from producing to being an artist? Was there some song that you came out with? Was an opportunity for you to be on some rapping?
Yeah. So producing is fun, but it's so saturated that you have to be some type of crazy to actually make it as a producer. It's too many producers out there, and the same thing with artists. But producing is a lot harder because anybody can go watch a YouTube video and know how to use FL Studio or Pro Tools or whatever the hell. But um, I remember I did I was making beats for my friend, and he was hopping on the songs, and then he was like, "Yo, hop on this." Like one day, because he knew I could like rap if I wanted to, because I just go make a song for fun. So I hopped on it, and then I remember he showed it to a bunch of his friends, and they were like, "Oh, this is him," and then I was like, "Yeah," and they were like, "Yeah, you should keep doing this." So I made like a few singles, and people was rocking with it, and then I was like, I'd rather just do this. It's a lot more fun. You got a lot more creativity, like opportunities to do what you want with a song. So I just pursued artistry instead.
How do you feel when people say that, you know, here it is, a young white kid coming into what they would say a black dominantly, genre of music? How do you feel when people say that to you and they know or people have said that you are talented?
It's understandable. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times with Black culture or Asian culture or whatever culture it may be, a lot of times what actually happens is white people could, I'm just gonna be honest, they just ruin the culture. They take it, they don't let it sit by itself. They take it and they try to make it their own thing. So it's like when a African American community finally has something that's their own, and the white people take it and start fucking it up with their whiteness, it turns into something that they didn't want it to be. So obviously they're gonna be skeptical of a white artist trying to make it in their industry. So.
They can meet me at the top, mama. Tell them that my grind will never stop, mama. Turn up the music, turn down the drama. Show me them commas, oh yeah. Cause we gon' grind to the end of time. Nobody can stop my shine. To the end of time. Steady grinding on a daily basis, baby chasing. I know they plotting on the moves I'm making. They can't take it. My mind is on another planet, baby. Solar space and doing the dash, trying to reach my goal. Speed racing. It's time to show the world who I am, mama. A talented country boy with a plan, mama. I want my name in lights to catch a private flights. So I stay in the studio every day and every night. I call them sleeping pops. It's time to wake them up. Breaking my own flavor. It's time to shake them up. Chasing my dreams, my shoes laced up. Some want me to fail, but they my motivator.
Man, where these boys at, man? I ain't even got no wife, so I'm taking my time for them. Man, what happened, man?
You failed.
You failed. We had to
I was waiting on y'all, man, but I ain't got no watch to check the time.
Hey, but listen, I got something for you, though.
What's that? Man, that's what's up, man. I appreciate it, bro.
You deserve it, man.
Man, appreciate it.
Man.
Tell them they can meet me at the top, mama. Tell them that my grind will never stop, mama. Turn up the music, turn down the drama. Show me them commas, oh yeah. Cause we gon' grind to the end of time. Nobody can stop my shine. To the end of time.
As an artist, we should reflect the time.
Why you so talented?
Cause I'm black.
Why you so amazing?
Cause I'm black.
It's really important that we build characters so that people understand their story matters.
2 Chainz and I both are just really into good food.
And when you know you are royalty, you will only aim in life to be royalty.
We're doing it right now. I don't give a damn what they say about me. Yes, I called your ass out. I know I shouldn't be saying this kind of.
Shout out the Hype Magazine Network.
Shout out to the Hype Magazine Network.
Her sister and mama, they love me, but her baby daddy really hate me. That sound like a personal problem. Them undid skin, but they really don't faze me. She like when I beat her little guts from the back. I get it, she think it's amazing. Ain't naming no names in this motherfucker. Head demon, consider the throw daughter. Tell her come over, gobble the D. She look at me when she be riding the D. She do that little thing with her leg in the air. Nasty, shorty get demon, I swear. Classic, perfect example of bad and bullshit. Come and little mama, let make us a movie. Do that little dance, I like when you do it smooth. Coolest dude up in the room, shorty up groovy. Yeah, she knew what it was, no confusion. Hit it one time and kept it moving. Next one in line, the list exclusive. She knew what it was, I kept it groovy. She knew what it was, no confusion. Hit it one time, I kept it moving. Next one in line, the list exclusive. She knew what it was, I do my little dancey dance. I pull up my pants, I'm out, I'm leaving smooth. And after the fact, I look at my phone. A nigga was really just speechless. You know how this going? 6 in the morning, got talking in tongues. No, I'm not preaching. Shorty all up in the bed, catching the Holy Ghost, fighting demons. She going crazy with the head. Shorty gon' eat it till she get the semen. Put her legs behind her head. She can feel everything when I'm beating. Yeah, I'm smooth with it. She know I know what to do. She said that you miss it every time that you. I get her wetter than a fucking pool with it. That's no kizzy. She knew what it was, no confusion. Hit it one time and kept it moving. Next one in line, the list exclusive. She know what it was, it kept it groovy. She knew what it was, no confusion. Hit it one time and kept it moving. Next one in line, the list exclusive. She know what it was, I kept it groovy. She knew what it was, no confusion. Hit it one time and kept it moving. Next one in line, the list exclusive. She know what it was, it kept it groovy.
Smooth, you already know what it is. NFL Smooth in the building. We just got done with the second video shoot. With that being said, that concludes that. But before we get up out of here, we gotta shout out a couple of people in the building. You know how it is. It's behind the scenes now. It's time to have some fun with it. Shout out to my cousin Theo. You know what I mean? You know how we get down. My manager, T. We actually been through a lot. DJ Swagg in the building.
Hey man, always a pleasure, man. Shout out to Smooth, man. Definitely did his things. Definitely smoother in the pool where the water don't move. Y'all look out for this new video shoot. It was crazy today, man. Shout out to you, man. Thank you so much.
Jus Swagg TV.
When's the first time that you kissed a girl?
I was probably in like 3rd grade. It was probably one of them little playground kisses. But
what about a kiss you took serious?
I was probably like 7th grade, yeah.
What happened? Was it your first love?
It was probably just like a little crush. You know, we both crushing on each other, and then I get room alone. It's just some simple shit like that, but you know, just growing up.
When did you have your first real relationship?
I had like them little middle school dating scenes, but I don't really count those. My first real relationship, I was like a sophomore, but yeah, I was a sophomore.
What was it about her?
It was, I thought the girl, okay, she had like an image around her that people thought she was a certain way, or they labeled her as a certain way, and I thought that she'd just be like this dumb thing that only fit the label, but just like with any other label, she was a lot different than I expected. And when I actually got to know her personality, and she was interested in the same things I was, I just felt the vibe and just went with it like that, and she like me, and that's end of story. But yeah.
How do you feel women are looked at in music?
feel like women for a long time have been like, you have to be a singer or you have to be like the background, because music's male dominated, like very male dominated, especially rap. But nowadays, I feel like women singers are just taking over, right? Because you got Megan and Cardi B been on #1 for weeks. You got, every other month you got a woman in the top 10, and I like it, because women have always been put down, like in rap songs, it's the man doing this and the man doing that. But now that the women are empowering themselves, it's a different culture nowadays, and there's a lot more people behind it.
Have you worked with any female artists?
I haven't worked with any female artists, but I have a few singers and a few girls that rap that I want to get on songs, stuff like that. But I'm very interested in doing some stuff like that.
What category would people say your music is in?
I say it's a mix between pop and hip hop, because I do like it's really just like melodic rapping, and some of the times it's just straight singing. So I probably just say it's a lot like you can compare it to like Post Malone, because he started off with just like the rap, and then he changed into like a pop rap. But people probably classify me as a pop artist.
What are some of the things that you've learned in the industry growing up being an artist? You've been in the game for a couple of years. What have you learned?
A major thing I've learned is people will show you love and not mean a damn thing they say just because they wanna ride the wave. You know what I'm saying? Or people will act like they mess with you just to behind your back talk about, oh, he trash, he and blah 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 blah, or stuff like that. It's just a whole lot of snakes in this industry, and you gotta know how to weed out like who's really rocking with you. That's why you gotta stay with like people that were with you from the jump. You can't have no new friends, no new, you know what I'm talking about? You gotta be very cautious of who you work with, because people will flip your shit in an instant.
What type of response have you been getting from the music that you've been putting out? What's your latest single?
My latest single is a single off my album called Bust It, and it was like a song that was kind of different from what I usually do, like a different kind of beat, different kind of vocal inflections to stuff like that, and people really like that. But from the snippets I posted for my album, people were really excited. I had an album release party last Sunday. People were really liking what they heard, so I'm getting a real good response. I don't got a lot of haters, but you got haters, it means you're successful. So
you putting a video out with it?
I got a video for the last song on the album, and then we're working on a video for the first song on the album. So
okay. Any people we can expect to hear from on there? Any people you working with?
I got features from 7 Ways, who's been my friend since I was like 10. And then I got a feature from my close friend, Goon 6. I've been friends with him since I was like 13. So.
What does XenosWrld got coming up for 2020, 2021 for the future?
Big shit, man. I'm trying to make it. I got this album dropping, and I'm really push a lot of singles. I'm going to try to get radio play, more videos, more features with bigger artists, more performances, just try to get my name out there as much as possible, stuff like that.
What do you want people to know about XenosWrld? What would you say is something that they underestimate you about?
I feel like people underestimate the amount of talent or knowledge that I have, right? Because I've been doing it for like 5 whole years, right? And that's not a long time to like bigger artists, but to do it from literally 11 years old, like to be doing that well, right? And to be doing as well as I am now. And I just feel like people don't realize the amount of capability I have with music. Like I can make beats, I can mix, I can master, I can engineer, I can rap, I can sing. I can do all this stuff, but people on the surface probably think, oh, he's just a regular artist. Behind the scenes, I got all this, unmatched talent. So people underestimate me on that.
Are you looking to get signed?
Eventually, but you know how labels are nowadays. They just take your money and shit. So a lot of independent artists are very successful. So if I can find a way to, make the money that I want to make while still staying free, then I'll do that. But if I find like a good label that's not gonna 360, meaning yeah.
And last thing, what would you say to artists about management? How important is that?
Management is very important, and because I just know from experience managing myself, it doesn't go a long way, right? Because when you're starting fresh, you might have certain connections, but if you don't come from somewhere else, or if you didn't already know people, it's really hard to get new connections, because if you just come to somebody and be like, hey, can you work with me? Or hey, do you want to do this? They'd be like, I don't know who the hell you are, and they're just going to pass you off. But if you have a manager who's already connected in the industry, they can take you places that you wouldn't be able to do on your own. So I feel like it's really important to get a good manager with good connections in the industry so you can get to where you want to go.
All right, man. Last but not least, is the hair going to stay the same color?
I like the purple. I'm gonna try some different colors, but purple is my favorite color, so I'm probably just gonna try different types of purple and stuff. So yeah.
XenoWrld, thank you so much, man. It's Jus Swagg TV DaBLOCK. Thank you for coming through.
I love you, Xeno.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, you raised up. I got these bands in my lap. I got the Glock on my lap. Yeah, that ain't my d, that's a strap. Strap got the d, it's a rap. I cannot yeah. I gotta stay 10 toes, yeah. But we can just fuck, I suppose. And I'm just like, baby, let's go, yeah. I'ma up the night on these pussy boy hating, yeah. If we run down, oh, you better get to praying, yeah. She said, oh my god, how is Xeno so amazing, yeah. I said, I don't know, but you right, ain't no mistaking, yeah. Yeah, I'ma forget her, shit, I could do better. The boy know I'ma up that Beretta, don't even got a Beretta. This is a setup, pull up with sticks and we lighten the letter. You wearing, boy, what does that get up? Cause you talking about go get your bread up. Yeah, go get some money. I cannot stop till my pockets look chubby. I cannot stop till my pocket look dummy. I cannot stop till my pocket look lovely. He kept on talking so we left for bloody. Like get this shit down, wrap it out like a mummy. All these boy capping, that shit really funny. You know who y'all bad and he look really bummy. And slide down with the GAT. Don't got an AK, this is 3x3. Do the math, that's a 9 on me. Yeah, that's a 9 on me. Yeah, ballin' so hard, 2-3. Yeah, going up, no you see. Yeah, roll 'em up like sushi. Yeah, kill rackies I got these bands in my lap. I got the Glock on my lap. Yeah, that ain't my d, that's a strap. Strap got the d, it's a rap. I cannot f with these hoes, yeah. I gotta stay 10 toes, yeah. But we can just fuck, I suppose. And I'm just like, baby, let's go, yeah. I'ma up the night on these pussy boy hating, yeah. If we run down, oh, you better get to praying, yeah. She said, oh my god, how is Xeno so amazing, yeah. I said, I don't know, but you right, ain't no mistaking, yeah.
What's going on, man? It's your boy DJ Swagg, aka you know who I am, man. That right there, my homeboy XenosWrld. Thank you so much for coming through, man. Performing that last record, y'all seen it, man. Rewind that back, and also make sure you check out his interview on Jus Swagg TV. It's DaBLOCK.
What's up, y'all? This is XenosWrld. I was on Jus Swagg TV DaBLOCK. Go follow me on Instagram at XenosWrld. XenosWrld. I'm on all other platforms. Go download my music, same name, all that.
Sweet days, swag, 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 swag. Yeah. Jus Swagg TV.